Hey guys, it's Paul Jang, and just wanted to talk to you about having multiple streams of income. Here are my thoughts on it. Most people will have especially if you're beginning out with this, you'll have a W-2 job. That means you'll get some kind of salary. And for most people, they'll have a retirement plan or something of that sort where they plan on getting some future income from that as well. And so that's two streams of income, right? Ultimately for your life. If you get a rental, that's a third stream of income. But with any of these, you really have to scale, right? The way I see the land business is it gives you multiple streams of income. So you get your income from your owner financing deals that will be passively given to you every month. Somewhere between $100 to $500 a month, depending on how big the property is. And then you also have your options for cash deals. Whenever you sell a property for cash, you'll be able to also incorporate any kind of bank financing mortgage note. So what I mean by that is if your land is large enough or expensive enough, certain credit unions and some banks will allow the borrower to borrow the loans for the property. Now, that it functions as if you would basically be just getting cash for it, but it's another stream of income. Well, another way to make a sale. So that really gives you two different types of income. One is where you're essentially lending and you're the bank, and the other one being cash / these mortgage type loan type of deals. That's two. And if you really just stick on those two things with your job and your retirement plan, you'll be in a really good position, right? Especially if you start doing like house hacks and getting into rentals. That's how I really started, right? Like I was a teacher, I had my salary, and then with my salary, I also had a pension. And so I was just doing that for a while, and things kind of changed when, we wanted to do more things than just working at our jobs. I'm talking about my wife and I. So my wife stopped so she could stop working so she could be with her son, because our land business gave her that flexibility. But then also for myself, I wanted to do other things. I think financial freedom is kind of the first tier of, I don't want to say security, because I don't really like that as a term for financial freedom. I think of it more as flexibility and options, right? You have options to do other things with your time, whether it's with your family, whether it's you want to be more involved with church activities. That's kind of like where I'm going, without having to worry about fundraising or any of that kind of stuff like nonprofit work. But it gives you options that you wouldn't have had previously. Just so you know, with where we're going, when we gave up our jobs, we lost an income stream there. One on my wife's side, and then when I quit for her a couple of years back, and then for me, quitting to just do the land investing and having that option. So for those that don't know, I'm 31, but I'm going back to school, getting involved with church planting. It's like starting churches and going to school for it, and going to be working on my land business, where I spend a minimal amount of time, like 2-3 hours a week, and just doing deals with that. But because of this extra time, land investing is really good with just having a 9-to-5 job and spending minimum amount of time on a side hustle. So you're not really trading your time for money anymore, as much as scaling to see opportunities where you can get deals that, the deal itself will pay you an exorbitant amount of money, per hour that you spend. So, you're able to really leverage your resources and your time with these land deals. Now, by us by us giving up or quitting these jobs, it's freed up, for my wife 45 hours, just to do the things that she wants to do. And it's freed up, around roughly 45 hours too for me 40 to 50 hours. And now if I just keep up with my land investing business the way I have it, I'll spend, 2-3 hours a week. If I want to, grow it and expand it and push for certain things, maybe I spend a couple more hours a week, but it's giving us options to look into other business ventures, whether it's buying businesses with like an SBA loan, and you'll have revenue built into that, or starting other businesses. I want to leverage some of my math skills and hiring ability and start a private tutoring company. My wife is looking at starting her own thing so we have a 2-year-old son, and she wants to, I don't know if you know about the slime business, but there's some people that make thousands of dollars just manufacturing slime and selling it. She wants to do these, it's called sensory boards, and apparently Target sells them, but there's only one kind. And so it's on Pinterest, and a lot of moms basically use these boxes and put sand and other objects. And basically, toddlers will pick out things, in the sand, or, and I think in Target it's like water gels, but, like little dinosaurs or stickers or little sticks, and they'll pick them out, and it's just really good like development for toddlers. So she wants to get into that. Now, she wants to sell that for $20 to like $30 for each sensory board. And so in my head, it's like, dang, you got to sell 100 to get to $2,000 if you sell it for $20 a piece, not including delivery costs. And I'm thinking, yeah, like with one land investing deal, we'll do so much more than just that. So for this to even be worth any of our times and to hire someone or anything like that, she has to sell, close to 100 sensory boards, sensory boxes per week for it to be worth our time. But, land investing has given us the opportunity where if she wants to spend her time doing that, she can do that, right? As kind of more of a side hobby, passion project of hers, and kind of develop, that business in a slower pace. She could go ahead and do that, because land investing is kind of becoming a foundation for us to do, other pursuits. I wouldn't say, when I think about the land investing business and the models, I would say, I don't really think there's billionaires that, became billionaires through land investing. From land development, yes, right? But not just strictly buying and selling. I'd say there's a couple millionaires, but most of them are millionaires not in terms of revenue, but in terms of asset collection. Like, they've picked up a lot of properties, and now it's just kind of in their inventory until they sell it for, cash or getting it in terms. So there's definitely millionaires within the land investing niche, more with the asset world. But the way I see land investing, it's really, really good. Not to generate millions or billions of dollars, but more of giving you some financial security, financial freedom to pursue other projects and other businesses that can generate even more funds. And so doing that will increase your streams of income. Like, for example, because I got the land investing thing going and I got owner financing and cash, well, then I could sell a land course. And then if I sell a land course, how am I going to, generate funds, eyeballs for that, right? Like, well, I'm going to do YouTube. So YouTube, if I get to a certain amount of subscriptions and a certain amount of watch time, I'll get ad revenue from that. Well, then there's affiliate marketing from that. Like, in the land investing world, there's, service products that people will need, whether it's CRMs or direct mail or memberships or tutoring or coaching or consulting. There's all these different avenues that, I haven't even tapped into, but, other land investors are tapping into it because it's, becoming, I would say, more and more mainstream. It's still very niche, but still becoming more and more mainstream. And so you're getting like these ancillary roles. Like, I just kind of think like when there was the well, what's the word? The gold rush stuff, right? When everyone's going for gold. Well, there are companies that were selling pickaxes and buckets and hotels and, renting out rooms. All these ancillary markets kind of developed around gold, finding gold. And it's kind of the same thing that I'm seeing with the land investing world. There's land investing, like where you buy and sell for cash for terms. But then there's all these other ancillary services that are being developed for land investors to make their job easier, right? So whether it's software or, consulting or some of these other things. So, I would say that when you start looking at this, then you start multiplying your own abilities as like an entrepreneur and investor. And then you start seeing, which other directions you can go to generate more funds. So I really think of land investing especially for people with a job. It's a minimal time investment, and then it gives you the ability to go into other fields, whether you want to go into coaching or consulting or, web stuff, affiliate marketing, or if you want to go the software route or partnership route. I know people, if you're not familiar with like real estate in general, like just in the wholesale market, just for houses, if you ever see the We Buy Homes, there's a wholesale market. Well, from that, there's also, the people that rehab properties, they use hard money lenders and they charge points for that. The land investing world, there's people that are willing to partner and give funds over to you and split profits, and you can split profits with them. Well, that's another, way to generate funds, right? Like if I have a surplus of cash and I'm not going to get into necessarily buying and selling, and I don't want to make the 2 to 3 hour time commitments, then I could, if I have that extra cash, then I could partner up with other land investors. They bring in the deals, they handle, the buying and selling, you fund the deal, and you do a portion, you split profits at the end, so there's just so many ancillary other multiple streams of income that could be developed within land investing. And of course, I know many people have gone into real estate, houses and apartments and other opportunities. But I really just think when you're starting, you just need one thing to kind of depend on, and then you start looking at other opportunities and see what things will hit. So those are just some of my thoughts with different streams of income and land investing just kind of being a good foundation to go into other things. So that's it. Take care. Have a good one.